All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ready, 280.
40. Watch the pass.
51, Tom.
Here we go.
280, got it.
Now Ryan on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go. Go. Whip, 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 whip.
51, 51, Tom. Get up.
To throw again. Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Like 280. 22.
Slam.
280, got it.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Under 10. 10.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers.
3rd and 3.
Kill.
Hey, Rick Lance.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
You gotta go.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
39. 39.
Check. 40's mine.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Easy, alert.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check.
59.
Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
50.
Hey, switch gears.
61. Matchbox light.
Now Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 21-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Falcons 0. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. On 3rd down, Ryan looking deep for Julio. He's got a man complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage. touchdowns. Not this time, no matter how many.
7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
You go take. You got
70.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he'll slip his way up across the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check 20.
Protein spill. You draw corkers. 50-50.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Johnson on the counter. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
7-7, our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set, lady, zebra.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Credit the tackle to Kylie Fitz, the former Utah Ute.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Monday. Check my 45. Check my 45. Hey, Alpha. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
45.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson there to make the grab. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Stafford on first down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
I know he ain't got it.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown.
That's it. Good one.
Kenny Galladay, 45 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 21-7. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
36.
Back. 80 weapons.
From the 24, Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Let's go. Let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Ryan now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. From the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. To throw again on second down. Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Ryan. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to Stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan letting one go deep for the... And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away, it's Tavecchio. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Fielded at the 33. There he goes, right side. And how about this? Stunning into the first half. Tavecchio to add the PAT. At home, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will. We'll get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively, put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go.
Now Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A throw over the middle, taken in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Lions, first down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
On the run, it's Crowell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
45, Mike, 45.
You ain't got nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
20!
At the 46-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First down, Lions.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
61, match box.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it with Johnson. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's Ryan to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsafe.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
It's caught by Hooper.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, Tuesday.
To throw on third down, Ryan. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Hey, South. Space. 40, Mike, 40. Hey, Charlie, you better bring it. I'm letting you know.
Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom. Mike 40. Hey, wait. Man, they're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
Now Ito Smith.
Hey, alert 3.
Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 39, Ryan. It's caught, Smith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches reaches the 8-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Ready, 51, sub, 25.
Let's go. Slam. Sit.
Here's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Will Tye there to make the grab. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more.
Let's get this. Space. Space, 59, ready. Get up. Wait.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Back now here on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. They run. It's Johnson. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Undercrunch. Mike 40. Check. He's coming. 20. Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Ryan. Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now here's Olison. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 3-yard 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons push further out in front. Able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way down to the 26. A big run there by Johnson. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
10. Hey.
I got him.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Falcons 35, Lions 28. Matt Prater is set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Check.
21.
Let's go. Hey, Mike, 40.
Now Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Check your hot read.
Hey, Rick Lance.
They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 26 yards. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, what a move. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check. Bang, 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 bang.
Got it. Some motion. Check.
Ryan to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ashawn Robinson, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, 11.
Watch the pass. Check 3.
Wait.
Here's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, Tuesday. 58.
Check back 40. Hey, defense, let's go.
Protein spill.
Check.
Hey, I-7.
40's Mike.
Got it.
Guys, escape.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Set. 180.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check 37. Check 37. Omaha, remove.
Check it back. Alert 3, alert 3.
You draw quarter.
SOS.
They'll run on first down. Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
Hey, plus 60. We ain't giving them nothing today. Stay 50.
They go to Johnson again. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
To throw is Stafford. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
46, bullet high.
Here we go with Johnson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Ryan. Now he's going to go deep down the left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. And even 40 yards. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Can't fault the offensive line for that incompletion at all. He had all day to throw the football. Their alarm clocks went off early today, didn't they?
Absolutely, they did. He was surveying, finally let it go, but incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Go. Hey, Strickland.
To throw again, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Brendan, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it.
Hey, express!
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, and this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Atlanta, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.